Hi friends, Renee Keys here with Carolina Creative. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm here with more card making ideas for you. Today I'm going to do what I call a mashup and I'm going to mix some different products together. I'm going to use papers from this really pretty sentimental Christmas set. You've seen me use a lot of these papers. They look like the old-fashioned gift wrap. But today I'm going to use the flip side of this one because instead of the pretty trees and candles, it has a really unique diagonal stripe in shades of greens and beige. And so I'm going to use that along with Festive Words. These have some cute messages. This makes a really cute gift card holder if you use something like this. I'm going to focus on the stocking today, the fa la la. And the first thing I want to do today is go ahead and do some embossing. You'll see when I put this together, any embossing folder will work. Any kind of texture is going to add a lot to this card. This is a retired embossing folder. It's called Merry Melody. I love it because it puts music on the back, and I just thought fa la la was appropriate to have music behind it. So I'm going to use this embossing folder. I have a piece of basic beige cardstock that I'm putting into the folder, and I am going to square it up all the way to the upper corner. I want to try to get the very beginning of the music because it goes across this way. So let me grab my Stampin' Emboss machine and pull it up here. This will take a simple sandwich, not a big sandwich. I just need the gray plate, I think, for this. We'll find out really quickly. Yep, that works. I didn't need the thin plate under it. So I'm going to run this through, pop it right out. Let's put the machine back out of my way again. And now, let me flip the camera down. You didn't see any of that. I ran it through the embossing machine and now I have a textured panel. So I'm going to combine this with shaded spruce cardstock because that is going to go with that diagonal stripe that I picked, just like this. You can start to see how I'm going to lay this out. Now, so far everything's standard. This is a 4-inch piece by 5 1/4. This is a 2-inch by 4-inch. I could have cut it just a little narrower maybe, but I think this is going to work because now I'm going to layer this on it. So you can see where I'm going to do my stamping. So let's go ahead. I've got shaded spruce. I'm staying with the dark color in that paper and just kind of keeping it. It's not truly monochromatic, but it's in those shades of green. So here's my fa la la stocking, and it's already at a jaunty little angle. It's kind of cute. So I'm going to stamp that, and I'm done with that. And then I'm taking another sentiment. I'm going back to the sentimental wishes, and I'm going to stamp I grabbed the wrong one out of here. I wanted the Have a Merry Christmas. And so let's grab that. Joy and happiness, yeah, they'd be a good sentiment too, but I just decided Have a Merry Christmas was appropriate for the inside. So here's my inside panel. Have a very Merry Christmas. I'm going to stamp that again in shaded spruce. Now, I hadn't thought about what could I put on the inside. Maybe I could put just a corner. Let's test this out. Just a corner of the stocking. Yeah, just to give it a little something. Looks like I got a little ink here. I don't want to smear that on the back side, so I will clean that up really good later. I'll have to decide later if I really like that. So there's my inside panel. I am ready to start assembling. This is going to be pretty simple and straightforward. The other thing I'm going to add is this is the new iridescent ribbon. It's very shimmery and sparkly without being too bold and in your face, but it really is pretty. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and adhere my strip here, my band, across my embossed background. And then I'm going to wrap the ribbon right around this before I put this on. So I'm going to need a longer length of ribbon because I want to tie a bow today. So without measuring, let's just look at how much do I need. Yep. How much do I need to tie a pretty bow? Snip. All right. So like I said, before I attach anything else, I want to tie a bow over to this side. I hope I cut this long enough. So I'm going to hold a finger there. I could have gone a little longer. It looked like it was going to be plenty. I guess I should have measured if I was going to be exact, but we're just winging it here today. The other thing is, if I decide I don't like this bow, tying a knot works too. It'll look just as cute. So let me try one more time. See if I can tuck this through and just make a snug, smaller bow. I don't like it. It's just not going to work. So I'm going to just tie a double knot right here and make that into my bow. And this doesn't want to poke back through. There we go. But now I got it loose. So snug. And we all occasionally have problems with ribbon, don't we? There we go. Snug, knot. And then I'm going to trim this at pretty angle. And trim this at an angle. Okay. And I may shorten that up. But for right now, I'm going to position the ribbon in the middle and then get ready to adhere this. You've seen me, if you've been watching me for a little while, I do like to use my Stamp and Seal. Oh, I pulled it and that was my bad. So let's tighten this up again. Let's see if I've got it on there. It was sticking and I didn't lift it straight up like I should have. So let's see if I've got this rolling. Oh, this is my one that's out. Oh, don't tell me I've got both out. All right. I'll be using Seal Plus today just because it's the closest thing. And so this is the really extra heavy duty. This is also great for adhering onto the back of paper like this. And you see I'm picking up some paper. That's unusual. So now let me get some green border on all the edges and center this up like that. I'm going to glue my stamped stocking onto a framed background. And you can make this different sizes. I just like the rectangle here because it's a contrast. This could have been narrower. This could be, I mean, there's just a lot of things you could do with this. And then I'm going to adhere that onto the card with my dimensionals. So let's pop, oh, it's probably going to take 6 or 8. I want to make sure I get the corners. Let's put some support in the middle of the sides. Yeah, probably 8. How about 9? One for good measure. And then pop the backs off. If you've got a take your pick tool, that also works great. I just didn't want to take the time to reach for it right now. So I'm just going to pull these off and put them in my handy trash can. Okay, and then put fa la la on here. Now, I'm going to wait and adhere that in a little bit if I decide I really like the way I did that. The one last thing I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little shimmer, and if I pick up a little of the green, that's okay. If I drag a little of the ink, it'll just give a little more color. There we go. I actually like that. Just a hint of color to the stocking, but now because there was a lot of ink at the toe and the heel, I like how it kind of filled that in. So the stocking has the shimmer. And there you have it. I've made a card. Really, I think it's kind of cute. Fa la la with a music background, snowflakes, Christmas trees, anything would work on the background for this. And then the inside, it says, have a Merry Christmas. I was trying to put just a corner of the stocking there. I may rethink this, but you get the idea. You can put any kind of sentiment that you like on the inside. So that's my card tip for today. Thanks for joining me. If you like the products and the projects you see here, you can find me at Carolina Creative or hashtag Carolina Creative. I'm also on the Stampin' Up! Network at ReneeKeys, StampinUp.net. Stay tuned for the next video.